Welcome to the Conception Channel podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Spence Pentland, founder and clinical director of Instill. The following episode is based on a real clinical case. To protect privacy, certain identifying details have been changed. The clinical journey, emotional experience, and treatment principles are real. Miscarriage after a first easy pregnancy. Sleep, inflammation, and building a body that can stay pregnant. Today I want to speak to a very common and very confusing fertility story. It's the story where the first pregnancy happened easily, you have a beautiful child, and then the next time it doesn't go the way you expected. There's an early loss, and suddenly you're asking a question that feels like it shouldn't even exist. What happened? If my body could do it before, why not now? And underneath that question, there's often a quieter fear. A fear that maybe something changed, that maybe you missed your window, that maybe your body can't be trusted anymore. So I want to slow this down and bring back calm into the room. Because in most cases like this, you are not broken. You are not behind. You are not failing. You're a working mother carrying a real load, and your body is responding to the reality of your life. In this case, we're looking at a woman in her mid-30s. She already has a young child, still very much in the toddler stage. She conceived her first pregnancy quickly and without difficulty. Pregnancy was challenging in the way that pregnancy often is. Significant nausea, physical strain, and postpartum was intense, as postpartum frequently is. But she moved through it. She adapted. She's doing the job. Then sometime later, she conceived again. It wasn't planned. It came as a surprise. She felt happy, but she was also in a season many mothers recognize immediately. Ongoing sleep disruption, high work stress, a toddler whose sleep was unpredictable, very little space for exercise, and even less space for recovery. That pregnancy ended early. Now I want to pause here and say something that matters. Most early miscarriages are chromosomal. That is not a statement of dismissal, it's a statement of truth. Many early losses are not caused by something you did or didn't do. They're often the biology of selection. And at the same time, we don't stop there. Because while we can't control chromosomes, we can absolutely work with the terrain. We can strengthen the environment that supports implantation and early pregnancy. We can reduce unnecessary inflammation. We can rebuild reserves. We can help the nervous system shift from a survival mode into a more receptive state. That's what the work is. In her intake and consult, two themes stood out clearly. The first was nervous system load and depletion. Sleep was disrupted in multiple ways. Difficulty falling asleep, not getting enough total sleep, waking early and being unable to fall back asleep. This matters. Sleep isn't just rest. Sleep is where the endocrine system recalibrates. It's where inflammation calms down. It's where stress chemistry clears. It's where the body rebuilds hormones. When sleep is chronically disrupted, the body doesn't stop functioning. But it does shift gears into a mode designed to keep you alert and safe, not to build new life. The second theme was inflammatory and immune reactivity. This woman had a history of immune sensitivities, episodes of hives and swelling without a single clear trigger, skin reactivity, allergic tendencies, food sensitivities, medication sensitivities. This matters because implantation is an immune event, not just hormonal. The body has to accept something that is not genetically identical to itself. That requires a very precise immune response. Not too much, not too little, just right. So when someone has a history of immune overreaction in the skin, in histamine pathways, in inflammatory responses, it invites a broader question. Is the body carrying a baseline inflammatory tone that could be gently quieted? Not because she's unhealthy, not because she did something wrong, but because life load, sleep deprivation, postpartum depletion, and immune sensitivity can combine into a terrain that's louder than it needs to be. And we don't treat that with panic. We treat it with calm strategy. So what does that look like? First, acupuncture becomes a weekly nervous system anchor. For women like this, acupuncture isn't just about points. It's about containment. It's about being held still. It's about stepping out of cognitive overload and letting physiology reset. It supports stress chemistry, pelvic circulation, and the communication between the brain and reproductive system. Second, we build reserves without overwhelming her. She's clear that she doesn't tolerate high pill count. Some women don't, especially those who experience severe nausea in pregnancy. So care is designed around what she can realistically do. A single high-quality prenatal multivitamin, vitamin D in drop form, a customized herbal tincture that provides nourishment without handfuls of capsules. And when depletion is significant, we consider targeted nutrient support delivered in a way that bypasses digestion, because absorption matters. For some people, oral supplements simply don't deliver what's needed. Periodic support can meaningfully change baseline energy and resilience in a busy mother with limited capacity for complex routines. Third, we respect real life. We don't pretend she'll suddenly have hours each day for yoga, breath work, or elaborate self-care. She has a child, a job, a life. So the plan is realistic. Walking, active time with her child, time on the floor, occasional time with her partner, a simple evening downshift routine, small levers pulled consistently. Fourth, we track ovulation without turning the bedroom into a laboratory. Yes, timing matters, but obsession does not help. The body shouldn't feel hunted, and the relationship shouldn't feel like a performance review. And then there's one more piece I always include, because it's honest and it really matters. The male factor. Even when we're focused on the woman, sperm health matters. Sperm quality and DNA integrity influence implantation and early pregnancy stability. And here's an important nuance. Even advanced genetic testing does not detect small DNA breaks, oxidative damage, or epigenetic signaling issues in sperm. So if pregnancy doesn't happen smoothly, or if there's another loss, we don't just scrutinize the woman more closely. We bring the male partner into the plan, calmly, respectfully, without blame, because fertility is shared biology. I want to end with this. If you're listening and you're in the space after a miscarriage, your nervous system is allowed to be scared. Your mind is allowed to replay it. Your body is allowed to feel depleted. But you don't need to turn that fear into a story that you're broken. Here's what I want you to hold. Your body conceived before. Your body conceived again. That means capacity's there. Our work now is to lower the noise, rebuild reserves, calm inflammation, and support your body in doing what it already knows how to do. You are not broken. You are not behind. You're not alone. Support matters. Containment matters. Consistency matters. We move forward calmly and deliberately, and we let biology do what biology does when the terrain is ready. Welcome to the work.